All right, Richland Center Wrestling family, we are back again with another episode of Beyond the Whistle. Sorry, we are late in the week this week. It's Thursday night. We try to do it Mondays or Tuesdays. This week's schedule was just kind of crazy. Couldn't get it done, so we're coming at you tonight, Thursday night. You'll probably see this Friday morning. But yeah, busy week in Richland Center Wrestling last week, and we'll get into all of that. But first, we've got two things we want to talk to you about. The first thing being next Tuesday night, we are going to do a preview show of high school sectionals. So tune in for that. It'll probably be somewhere around 7 o'clock start time, I would say. And then the other thing is we will be live once again at sectionals the Saturday, the 14th, I think, Valentine's Day. So we are going to be live on that. Obviously, all that stuff is not free, so we are looking for some sponsors for that particular show. We have to pay the WIA. We got to pay some fees on that, so looking for some sponsors. There is a Facebook post up for it right now, but you're looking for $250 sponsors. And then we will also have our Venmo link on the live stream so we can talk more about the Venmo once we're live. But yes, that's it costs some money to do sectionals, so we are going to be asking for some sponsors on that. And then we'll be there all day, just like we were at the class. That was a good time. Hope everybody enjoyed that. You got anything else to add on to that, Zach?
Nope, you nailed that. Nailed it right on the head there.
So two things. Look for next Tuesday night. Will we have a normal podcast next week?
We'll probably, I'd imagine,
have a normal podcast first and then go live.
Yep.
Or maybe it'll be the podcast and the live all in one. We'll see how it goes. We'll have some sort of a podcast next week with an update on all the things happening this week. So, last week, let's dive into it. It was a busy week. We had a quad. We had a middle school tournament. We had a boys varsity and JV clash. We had the dual tournament with our 3rd through 5th graders and our 6th through 8th graders, and then we had a middle school meet on Monday night. So there is a lot to talk about tonight from all aspects. Richland Center Wrestling, the girls were off for the week, so there's not a lot there, but we'll preview some of what they have happening this week. So take us away with the first one, Zach.
All right, so last Tuesday we had a quad at Ithaca Weston, so it was Richland Center, Ithaca Weston, Riverdale, and Hillsboro. Richland Center's first dual meet of the night was against Riverdale. They lost 63-12. In that dual meet, Brock Barrett did pick up a fall. In the second dual meet, that was versus Hillsboro. We did win that one 42-30. Brock Barrett also picked up a fall on that one. And then the last duel of the night was against Ithaca Weston, where we lost 40-12, and Ethan Bindle picked up a fall on that one. Yes.
Last Friday night, then, we hosted a middle school tournament with 12 athletes competing from Richland Center. 5 of those athletes were the champions. Evan Haiti had a tech fall, an 11-0 major decision.
And a fall.
Aiden Ewing had 2 tech falls and a fall. Landon Kajewski had a 15-5 major decision and a tech fall. And Baxton Miller came away with 3 pins on the night.
Yeah, absolutely. And then obviously we were at the clash on Saturday. Both the boys and JV teams from Richland Center competed. The varsity had 5 kids compete. They scored 58.5 team points, which finished 12th place. Leading the way for the Hornets was Ethan Bindle at 215 pounds. He did place 3rd. He picked up a pin in the quarterfinals and lost a tough one, 4-2 in the semifinals to eventual tournament champion to thrower Raggets of Lancaster, who's currently ranked 5th in Division III right now. These notes are a little outdated. We plan to do the podcast on Tuesday. I believe he actually jumped to 3rd after that one because he beat
rankings did come out after that
because he beat Simmons in the finals, who was at that point ranked number 1. So yeah, close one against him. Fought back for 3rd, though. So good day for Ethan. And then we had Brock Barrett at 132 pounds. He got 4th. He picked up a fall in the quarterfinals. Lost tough semifinals match 7-3. And then the backside picked up another pin. to reach the third place match where he lost 11-2. Blake Muller, 5th place, picked up a pin in the opening round. Lost a tight 11-8 quarterfinal match, and then picked up a pin on the backside. Lost in the consolation semifinal by tech fall, and then had a medical forfeit to finish 5th. A couple other Hornets who picked up wins on the day. Caden Stibbe had a 9-0 win and a 12-3 win, and then Alexander Boutine picked up a tech fall and then a 9-2 win. We did have a couple JV wrestlers compete as well at the Clash JV tournament, with Kamani Gullins at 132 pounds taking home the championship.
Yes, and going back up to last Friday night's middle school meet, we have 5 champions. We named 4 of them. We're missing Cashin Larson.
Cashin Larson, yep.
And I believe he had at least a pin and a win by points against that. Oh, where's that kid? Iowa Grant kid.
Oh, yep.
That Linder kid. So Cashin Larson also a champion on Friday night in the middle school tournament.
And then on Sunday, we hosted our first annual Richland Center Wrestling Club Youth Duel Tournament, and boy, was that fun.
That was a good time. Atmosphere was crazy. Had nothing but good things from spectators, parents, coaches, referees. I mean, I've had other, clubs reach out this week and saying, hey, how'd you guys set it up? We might still try to run one this year.
Yep.
So I do think that's going to – it's not going to eliminate all the youth tournaments, obviously, because you still need those youth tournaments. But I would venture to guess that there's going to be more and more of those dual meet style tournaments showing up in the future. We did take a 6th through 8th grade team. We knew it was going to be a tough day, giving up some tournaments, but it's our home, or giving up some weights. But it's our home tournament, so we put our toes on the line and went and battled. So in the first duel, they took on the 6th through 8th graders took on Lancaster. We had Aiden Ewing pick up a pin, Landon Kieski pick up a pin, and Cashin Larson with a 14-3 major decision.
Yeah, then the second duel was against Pecatonica Argyle, who finished second place in that division. Aiden Ewing picked up a tech fall, Landon Kieski picked up a tech fall, and then Cashin Larson also picked up a fall.
And the last duel of the night was Monona Grove McFarland. Landon picked up a 4-3 decision. Cashin Larson picked up a win.
Yeah. So obviously, we got wins from the kids that we kind of expected to get wins from, and we gave up quite a few weight classes in that division, so we knew it was going to be a little rough that way. But overall, I think it was good for the team. I mean, outside of probably semifinals Friday and finals Saturday, nothing's better than a good dual meet. And then when you throw that into a dual meet tournament.
Yeah. And we knew these teams, the 6th through 8th grade, the middle school teams, we knew that they were going to be coming with experience, right? You're not going to spend the money to bring your dual team down to have a bunch of inexperienced people wrestling or kids wrestling. And flat out, we just have some beginners and some average kids. And I mean, most of those middle school teams were built. Maybe they had a couple weight classes here and there that weren't super solid, but they were pretty solid through and through.
You think about a team like River Valley, who I believe last year got second place, Division 2 and 3 team state, and they got 4th place. I mean, obviously, we have some Division 1 schools with Monona Grove, McFarland.
Yep.
But I mean, there was real good competition at the middle school level.
West Salem.
Banger. Yeah. Last year they were D1. They've made the drop back down to Division 2, but yeah, they're solid.
Yeah,
as well.
I look for them at Team State making some noise down there. Them, Pecatonica Argyle. I mean,
the Pecatonica Argyle West Salem Bangor match, that might be a state finals.
It very well could.
And then we had a 3rd through 5th grade team that competed as well. They actually finished 3rd place. Their first dual meet of the day was against Ithaca Weston, which they won 50-18. Braden Aid picked up a pin. Bennett Ewing picked up a tech fall. Bo Glassbrenner won 11-8 in sudden victory. Excuse me. Declan Jelenek picked up a fall. Miles Ewing picked up a fall. Casey Larson picked up a fall. And then Killy Makovic also picked up a fall. So good start to the tournament for them, and then unfortunately they faced a juggernaut in the second round against Evergrande Highland, who I believe last year won the 3rd through 5th grade state title, and they looked like they probably should. I mean, 58-0.
Yeah, and I don't know that anybody scored a point on them until the finals. I'd have to go back and look, but if they did, it was a match here or a match there. But yeah, that
actually did score some points on them. But yeah,
that team's tough.
Yep, and then in the third place match, we faced DeSoto. We won that one 36-33. Cam Carter picked up a fall. Braden Aid picked up a fall. Bennett Ewing picked up a fall. Miles Ewing picked up a fall. Killian Makovic picked up a fall, and Scotty Wallace also.
And that one was fun.
Yes.
So we needed to go. Coach Makovic. Yeah, he forfeited at 90.
So
he forfeited at 100.
Oh no, yeah, 102. Yep.
102, and then we needed pin
to win
from 115 and the heavyweight, right? So Coach Makovic was doing some backdoor stuff, backside stuff, whatever you want to. He was looking at the score. He was into it. He knew what he needed. That Vetter kid, he knew gives Killian fits. Luckily, it was his kid that needed to slide to secure that win. But, yeah, he forfeited to Vetter. I don't think anybody knew except for Makovic, and Chad Johnson figured out real quick afterwards, I think. But, yeah, so he slid. We forfeited there, gave up 6 points, then we needed to get 12 points with the next two. So pin. Killian Makovic came up with a pin. And then Scotty, I think she was only weighing like 104, 105 pounds, went up to heavyweight and secured a pin there too.
Yeah, so overall, great day. Looking forward to next year.
Yeah, it's fun. That place was electric.
I haven't seen
Sunday afternoon. It was louder in the morning on Sunday, I think, than it was at the Clash. I mean, the stands were full, made good money on the concession, sold plenty of pizzas, plenty of hot dogs, and it takes way less people to run a dual tournament too, right? So all good things.
You get the WIA officials, so you're not relying on high school kids for refereeing.
We did have one almost go down, though.
Yes, we did.
Jaeger got kicked.
Yep. But
he managed.
Yep.
He managed through it.
Yep. And then we had a middle school tournament on Monday in Riverdale. I'll talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so this time in the season gets tough.
Yep.
In the middle school world. I don't know what you have to do in the middle school world, but we got to do something different. We're seeing the same kids over and over and over again. So, yes, we went down to Muscadet again. We did have 5 champions. It was a good night of wrestling, but I think everybody's getting kind of sick of seeing the same people over and over. So, Reich and Salazar came out, had 2 tech falls and 1 pin. Landon Kayeski had a 12-0 major decision and a 2-0 and a 2-0 decision. Baxter Miller had a tech fall, and then he lost 12-1 the next match.
Possible.
And then Cash and Larson had a pin. And Sophia Silva, I think, just had an exhibition match.
Correct.
So, yeah, it was a good night of wrestling. We've got 2 left. Monday night at North Crawford, and then Thursday night at DeSoto. Once again, we're going to see the same kids. Right? Probably at both of them.
Yep.
So we need to travel farther or something. I don't know what it is, but we got it. Middle school wrestling, I mean, some of these guys are going to see each other 4 or 5 times.
I know that. So, like when we were in middle school, we did the first half of the year, and our schedule wasn't all that much different. I feel like we saw like the Cooley teams a little bit more. For the most part, it was just the area teams plus the teams up a little bit north, and then we always ended the year with the Middleton tournament. And obviously, at that tournament, we saw quite a few different kids. Unfortunately, I think that's still the same weekend.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's early before Christmas.
Yeah,
the Middleton tournament is, and it is. It's a good tournament, but yeah, and there's no weekend tournaments anymore for the middle school team either. So it's just hard, and I don't know what there is to do about it, but it gets frustrating just seeing the same guys. You want to see different competition, but it is what it is.
Absolutely.
And then this week coming up, the boys varsity team and boys now hot off the press, boys JV team are both off this week. The JV was supposed to wrestle on Saturday at Richland Center with a girls varsity and a boys JV tournament. However, I guess due to numbers, the JV portion of that got canceled. So that's 2 JV tournaments that have gotten canceled this year, and they have a lack of tournaments already, right? So like that JV schedule is something that we're going to have to look at if we're going to truly develop kids. Like we've got to look at the JV side of the world and start.
So you look at a lot of these successful programs, and when you're trying to be successful, I think that's one of the better things you can do is look at those programs. And there's not a lot of JV tournaments out there, but what they're doing is some of these smaller tournaments, like the Lee Griffin, for instance.
Yep.
I mean, a lot of these better high school teams are bringing their JV kids, or even some of their varsity kids that need matches. And taking them there, or even like Ithaca West. I mean, Holman brings both their varsity and JV to the Ithaca Western tournament. So there's these smaller varsity tournaments that we could probably get into on the JV side. It's just truly if you're looking at just JV competitions, there's not a lot of them.
Yeah, and it used to be when people dual meted, you could get some of your events there. You could get a match or two sometimes before the high school.
Yep.
But now teams are so small, JV teams are even smaller that, I don't know what there is to do, but it's just it's a bummer for, I mean, thankfully Kamani got some matches
at the Clash.
Even at the varsity side this year, right,
Yep.
with some dual meet matches and stuff like that he got some matches, but I'm sure he's only at 17 or 18 matches, maybe.
I don't know if his season's over yet, though, so we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, he could wrestle off. He could be going down. He could be going up. Who knows? Join us next Tuesday night for the preview show. Maybe we'll have some more insight. And then more events this week. The girls varsity team has their conference tournament on Friday night in Boscobel, I thought. But the paper says Mineral Point.
It is in Boscobel.
In Boscobel. So Boscobel tomorrow night, or if you're watching this Friday, tonight. What time does that start? That starts late, like 6 o'clock or 6:30?
6 o'clock, and that's the old SWC, SWAL, Six Rivers, Scenic Ridge, and whoever else.
Yeah, there's a pile of conferences there. It's going to be a long night. Should be a good night of wrestling. Sounded like brackets were fairly full when they had to put head-to-heads in today. So that's good. I didn't hear who's where or anything like that, but fuller brackets. And then the girls team comes back on Saturday for a varsity girls tournament at Richland Center High School Saturday morning. It was supposed to be, once again, a JV and a girls tournament. JV portion of that is cut out, so it sounds like it's going to be 2 mats going. Girls varsity tournament at Richland Center High School Saturday.
Yep.
And then, as we stated at the beginning of the podcast, next Tuesday night, we will do a live preview show of sectionals. And we'll dive into some of the girls' regionals, see what it looks like as far as what we think on the girls' side. That's the girls' regionals and the boys' sectionals. Remember, this year is a new style. How do you? I don't know.
New format.
New format, 4 sectionals. So there is no boys regional. There's 7 sectionals across the state. Top 2 go out to make a 14-man bracket at the state tournament. So we'll be diving into that, finding our second place, third place. Yeah. Who's sitting in, who's getting out Tuesday night for the preview show for the D2E, I believe, is our sectional.
Yep. So
D2E.
I started looking at that today, and boy, is it Tuesday yet? Because
it's going to be fun.
It'll be fun, and we get to be there on Saturday covering it, and
yes,
it'll be a nice, real long day of wrestling, but it should be really, really good as well.
Absolutely.
I accidentally clicked into a couple other sectionals, and there was one other sectional that had about 6 ranked kids in the entire sectional.
Let's go there.
Yeah, can we? We'll be D1. We'll head over to Milwaukee.
Yeah, this year isn't, as we will get into next week. It's the parity is maybe not quite there yet, so they'll have some stuff to work on there for next year. But yes, join us Tuesday night, and then if you want your business or you know of a business that wants to sponsor the sectional live broadcast all day long, let us know, and we will get them set up with that. We're looking for as many sponsors as we can get for that, and we'll be talking about the sponsors all day long. I assume every hour we'll be hitting them at least, maybe more.
And I would imagine the executive producer would be able to put their business logos on the stream.
I assume we can make that happen.
Yep.
Yes, sir. So, everybody, Richland Center Wrestling, look for the live preview show next Tuesday night. We'll probably do a quick podcast just going over girls and youth and middle school results.
It's going to be a real light week for most. It'll probably just be mostly girls conference and then a little bit of the girls tournament. The youth is a little bit lighter this week, and then obviously with we'll have
Monday night. We'll be coming off Monday night's match.
School, so, yep.
So, yeah, if we can fit it in, we'll fit it in. If not, we'll get it on the next one.
Correct.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in for another episode of Beyond the Whistle. See you guys Tuesday.